Wow, you sound like a girl.
What? That was not a girl's voice. It was a high-pitched male voice.
My name is Linh and my co-host is
Edward Thomas.
Wow, you're really good at this.
Well, Lynn, some days I just want to talk like this.
Some days I just forget to drop my testicles.
No, that's why I talk like this. I dropped them. It hurt a lot. I just don't know what to do.
Well, today is actually a So you guys maybe have waited for this to hear our amazing stories.
Wow.
About
I've been
how
waiting.
we got married.
Yeah, I like
You've been married once.
Yes, officially.
Me too.
Yes.
Okay.
Unofficially, I've been married like 30 times.
Confession.
I mean, like when you're a little kid and you're like standing there, we're gonna play Mama Papa Barn, So we got married.
I don't know if the kids are playing that nowadays because I
don't think so,
I don't
I
think
don't know.
Nomi talks about like getting married
Really?
because there's so many people who are not getting
Okay.
married anymore.
It was like a big thing. You would always run from, like, if it was a girl you like, she's like, oh, let's play house. I'm like, bye. Out of here.
Bye, Felicia.
I'm like, you're like trapping me in that thing. I was a baby and I already knew. Nah.
I don't remember if I played it as a kid, like the wedding ceremony.
Yeah.
Like maybe you would play house, but then the
No,
wedding.
we have to start with the wedding
already
ceremony.
happened.
No, we start with the wedding ceremony.
Maybe that's because you were born in the
60s. In
Because
California.
I was born in the 90s, so
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
because I
Because
think
you're so old sometimes. I always forget that you were born later than me.
but I'm still born 1900.
Oh, almost. You barely got there.
Hey, I was born 91. Okay,
Barely.
I had a good fair share of 9 years in the 90s. Okay.
Oh, wow. At the very end. Okay, sure. You're included.
Hey, still 1900s. Okay, some people can't say that. A lot of people can't say that.
It's true.
The people
Your
who will
kids
pay
can't say that.
the people who will pay our retirement cannot say that.
Oh, no. Please work. Don't be
Please work.
bums. Get a job. Get education. Work so I can
And
live.
pay taxes so I can have some retirement
Exactly.
going.
I want a big retirement. Better work.
But I don't know. Now I mean, it's a bit weird because I don't think Nomi has been to a wedding what she's aware of.
No.
And I don't know. I don't have so many friends who are
She's
single.
going to one this year.
Yeah,
Her
now.
aunt's going to get married.
Yeah, but then after that, then maybe my brother in a couple of years, but that's only 2.
Are you guys going to go to Hinok and Lonnie's wedding?
I don't know if you're invited.
Okay.
They haven't said anything.
Okay, maybe not.
So I don't want to impose.
Really?
And I told them I might be having a baby then, so nah.
It'll be so cool. We go to a wedding, and then
I go to B&B.
Yeah, you go to and so it's so crowded you can't leave the church, and so you deliver the baby
You're crazy.
right there
It's
in the
not
church,
happening.
and I'll have my camera ready.
It's like,
Finally.
just for you, Ed.
Finally.
Like, no. I'm going to steal Lani's thunder. She'll kill me.
She'll be hunting you down like, I'm going to get you. Okay. Yes. What are we talking about?
No, but I was saying that I don't think Nomi has seen so many weddings because nowadays also people are not getting married as frequent as
No.
they used to be. I mean, before you had to be married before living together, but nowadays a lot of people just decide to be sambo, like cohabit.
Yeah.
And then they don't have this experience of wedding. So I'm not sure that kids have to so ingrained into their brain that you have to be married in order to play house.
And even movies. I mean, in movies nowadays, there's very little marriage that goes on. So most people are just, you meet somebody, have
move
sex.
together.
Maybe you move together. And then if you move together, you just live together. I mean,
Yeah.
So sad.
So sad. Okay, let's tell our listeners why they should get married because of the marriage. The
You should
wedding
get
ceremony.
married so I have something to do. Because, I mean,
You're a priest. He's
half my job is marrying people.
really
so.
half your job is funerals and half your job is marriage.
I have more funerals than weddings, but that's okay.
Well, not everyone will get married, but most people die.
Oh,
All
true.
people die, so that's a safeguard.
I guess so. I guess I should be happy.
That he's the funeral priest. So when did you get married? You said this year.
I got married. So this year
30
is
years.
2022, and in 1992.
Oh, I was 1 year old.
Really?
Yeah.
Aha.
Oh, what month?
Oh my gosh. November.
Oh, I was 2 months. No, I was 1 year, 2 months.
Wow, look at that. You could have been a baby at our wedding. That would have been
The cherub.
That would have been really cool. Think like you are the baby at our wedding,
and then you marry
and then all of a sudden, years later, we would meet up like in Sweden, and I would marry you and your husband. That would be what a great story.
Where did you get married in the U.S.?
Yes, in the United States of America. You don't want to know where in the United States of America? Okay, no minute. So we were like really hippie bohemian. I mean, my early part of my life is really, it's very take it as it comes.
Very alternative.
Yeah, it was really weird. Anyway, and so that's another story. But anyway, so Annette said when I met Annette, she said, I won't marry you unless you have dreads.
Really? She said that?
Yeah. So that's how I started. So I started growing dreads because she wouldn't marry me unless I had dreads. And then
you're kidding.
And then she decided that when we got married, she didn't want us to have like any kind of fancy clothes. So we had to have purple polos.
Do you have pictures of that?
Yes.
Bring them next time. I want to see.
So because purple's her favorite color, and so our wedding, we were married. It was a snowstorm during the week. No one could get into to Breckenridge because the tunnel was snowed in, and so none of our family showed up. It was just me and Annette. It was the boys, and then the couple that introduced us, Greg and Anna, because they had come out to visit with us. Yeah, and then. One of my friends, Matt, who I don't have contact with anymore, just because I just moved away before the internet started. But but Matt and I worked in the restaurant business together, and so what happened was I had I probably had the most boringest. Like for me, it wasn't boring. I loved my bachelor party, but because I told them, they said, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And I'm like, okay, well, that's probably another thing. Anyway, I said no porn. I said, if you have a stripper or you have pornography, I'm going to walk out the room because I don't like those kind of things. I think it's disgusting. Yeah. I said, can't we just, some of you guys have been married for a while. Time, yeah. Can't we just have a couple of beers and we can eat really good food and just talk to me about married life? Yeah. And that's what we did.
So you didn't back out, so maybe they didn't tell you too bad things.
Why? Still here, I don't know. They just
maybe it was too many beers.
I'm still drunk from that time. No, but so it was a snowstorm. So we got married outside.
During a snowstorm?
No, the storm has stopped. But but usually when we have really bad storms in the Rockies, the paths could be closed for a while before they cleared it out and everything. And but we had decided we're going to get married on Thanksgiving Day. Oh. Back in 1992. That is weird. And then so they were outside. We have our winter shoes on. We have our winter clothes on. And then we have our purple polos. Wait. And I have my dreads. And then she decided that we had to have hair wraps. So we had this long braided hair wrap. It took like hours to get it done. Someone in town did it. And so we have this hair wrap. And I've got my 5 earrings and on my arm, my bracelets on.
It sounds more like you got married in the 70s, not in the early 90s.
And so we're out there, we're getting married, but
it was a priest who officiated?
No, it was actually a justice of the peace.
A what?
A justice. So a justice of the peace is when you don't get married in church. So in church service, you use the pastor, but there was no one who was going to marry us outside.
They're like, no.
They're like, what are you talking? Get married in the church. But Annette wanted to get married outside because we both like to ski.
We wanted to see the past and everything.
We were just weird, and I was so in love with Annette.
How old were you?
I was 30.
You were 30. Yeah. I'm 30 now.
And Annette was 22, 23. 23 she was.
Oh my gosh.
Because she's 7 years. I like the lamb chop.
I'm like, dude, it's almost been a feeling.
What? Oh my gosh.
I was joking. It's joking, okay?
No, you're gonna get it.
It's not pedophilia. No.
But it's like 7.5 years between us.
But it's really big
So-
age gap when you think about that. You were 30 and she was 23 because in your 20s still so much happening.
I know.
Like, mentally.
And she was like so cool when
developing
she was.
and
When she was 23, she was cool. She was like, oh, we could try that. We could do that. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And now she's like, what? You didn't think that through? I'm like, what happened? What?
I never think anything through. Why do you think I
I'm
got
like,
married to?
I'm like, you used to like want to experiment with everything. She's like, that was 20 something. It's like I'm 50 now. What do you mean you didn't think this? You have no plans. I'm like, but we didn't have to plan at the beginning. It's like,
Wow. Okay.
So anyway, and then she decided that she wanted to have a wedding cake that looked like a ziggurat. So
what?
So a ziggurat is a step pyramid. So so every layer has to be square, and then every layer is smaller than the layer.
Oh yeah.
So
I
it's
know
just,
that.
it goes up like a step
That's
like that.
cute.
And then she didn't want to have regular wedding figures. She wanted to have trolls. So she went to the store and got trolls, and the only trolls that she could find were the one that was dressed like a prisoner. So she could find the bride troll, but she couldn't find the groom troll. And so she
That should have given you an indication.
so she took a felt tip marker and marked in the white lines on the prisoner, so it looked like he had a suit on, and stuck those on top of of course the wedding cake, which had to be purple.
Because of your purple polos.
Yes. And so people just came over the house.
I don't get it. How have we never talked about this?
I don't know.
Before?
I don't know. It's so weird. And so my mom, who couldn't come out to the wedding, my mom back then, my mom's like really creative, and she does a lot of like pistol, artsy things, crafty things. And so my mom had made these handmade flowers.
Yeah.
And then she made them into a bouquet, and then she sent that to Annette, so Annette could have that.
Oh, that's cute.
So that was actually really cute. Even though my mom couldn't make it to the wedding, but neither could Annette's parents or none of our siblings.
So no one witnessed actually, except for you.
No, we have it on the video. Oh yeah.
You should. I want to see that video.
I'll have to digitize it. You're gonna be like,
your friendship to me.
You're gonna be like this. You're like, oh my gosh, you're just so much more weirder than what I thought. I always knew you were weird. But
I just want to see that. I mean, it will be such
it's really.
It's a documentary.
It was really strange. But that was our wedding, and then we had like a little gathering at home, and
but people could come to that.
Yeah. So whoever lived in town came, and some friends came. We're like maybe 15 people or something like that, 20 people, and so it was. So that was our whole thing, and ever since then, every so often, Thanksgiving falls. Yeah, but
polo.
And so when I think it was like we had been married 20 years, and so when she woke up in the morning, I was like, "Hey," she's like, "What do you have on?" Have the purple, because I still have it. I haven't thrown it away. I've had it for 30 years.
I understand that you don't throw that away because it's special.
But I have a lot of weird like. So when I turned 40, my friends, we wrote to Abba, the Cali's caviar, and said, "Here's an American who really likes Cali's caviar." So I got a Cali's T-shirt.
Really?
Yeah, and I still have it. So I've had it for 20
really
years.
Fun, though.
Like I have a Barack Obama T-shirt because he's the first Black American president. So I have all these different things. That's why I save them. So I'm not really hoarding. That's not hoarding. They mark significant things in my life. Hoarding would be the stupid things that
have no meaning. Actually.
No, and the funny thing is like it takes like 10 years, but every 10 years or something, it's like. And it's like, oh, I was looking for something. I'm like, oh, I know what that's at. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna hear the end of this. I'm not a hoarder. I'm recycling things because I care about the earth, unlike you, who throws things away. Okay.
Declutters. Wow.
So anyway, so that was my big wedding story, and now
it's really fun.
30 years late, like I'm trying to figure out. So this year is 30
November,
years. Yeah, November. So I'm thinking like. I wonder what should I do? Like,
why don't you make a purple turkey?
No, but she doesn't really like turkey as much. So
Well, maybe she doesn't like polo shirts anymore because
I don't know. Maybe I'll put
purple,
it on. Oh, I forgot. And so she didn't want a fancy ring. So this is Annette. Most women would say, "Where's my diamond? Where's my gold? Where's my silver and platinum?" Annette goes, "Nah, I don't want anything that costs a lot of money." So we went to the Indian shop and they had a Navajo wedding ring. So it's a silver ring, and it's red, some kind of gemstone on the bottom, and then it's turquoise on the top, which represents the earth and the sky. So it's
as a Christian, you're like, yeah, let's get that one.
Well, but because I'm part Native American Indian, so and Annette was into the American Indian things.
Oh my God.
So when we had our wedding, this is one of the reasons we got married outside too, is because she wanted to have the Navajo blessing. So he's like, and so our part of our vows was that I will be the blanket for you when you are cold. I am the food. I am the bowl in which you're food, or something like that.
Oh my God!
And so we said those to each other.
Dude. How are you a Christian pastor?
It was a mixture of paganism and Christianity. And he said a prayer.
Right. To what, I wonder?
So there was like this, but back then I was just like, Mr. Hippie. I'm like, it's all good.
But how long have you known Annette by then?
A year and a half.
In a year and a half?
Yeah.
You judge people who come and get married after 3 months?
Why now? Because I'm like, oh, I was stupid. Okay. No, because we had worked together, so we were friends first, and then the friendship developed into something. So we weren't even like dating a year and a half. We just known each other a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. One of those quick decisions,
That it's hard to regret because now you suck. Maybe there was a picture of the troll with the prison shirt. You should have seen that sign that God sent you.
I should have seen that. What is she trying to say with that? Am I trapped for life? No, she doesn't mean that.
Wow.
She's so creative. She's from Europe. She's really different.
I mean, that's why your kids are so...
Oh, my kids are strange.
Like your daughters, that's why they're all like crafty and creative and
all
alternative. Like
all the kids are like. This is really weird because I tried to steer all the kids into an academic and science. None of them like science.
Well, dude,
I'm like, but I love science. I have tons of chemistry books and math books and things at home. I'm always studying all the time. The whole life I'm always studying.
Has so much impact on you.
Obviously.
Your kids.
Obviously. The kids only say, my dad's a hippie.
Yeah. So,
my dad's a hippie. My dad makes bread and he ferments things. I think half my lunch today was stuff I fermented at home.
Bokashi?
No, that's to the ground. You don't eat bokashi. Oh, gosh. That would be so disgusting. Open up like bokashi. Like, oh, gosh. Jesus, save me.
Thanks for the sourdough, though.
Yeah. Have you guys made bread with the sourdough? I
don't know if Jonas used...
Well, he has to let it grow first, so it's just a
I
little
don't
bit.
think he has used it yet.
He
baked bread yesterday, but I don't think it's sourdough because it doesn't taste like sourdough. No. Anyway,
yeah. So how was your wedding day?
Well, you were there.
Yeah, but I want you to tell me. You don't remember anything.
So I got married when I was 22, so only 1 year younger than...
Oh, wow.
Than Annette. You were there. Wow, like you didn't know, like you didn't even check our IDs. I could have been like,
I know you could have been like, you could have been like 16.
I could have been a minor.
I know, I would have been. No, because when you get a Hindish
oh yeah, then they're checking that you should at least be 18.
What do you think? I don't know my job. Liz like, he's such a bad priest. Yeah, I let anyone get married. Just come in. I don't care. There's a 75-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl. Yeah, sure. You look like you're about the same age.
So I was 22, which means that Jonas was 25.
Yes.
Which I think is crazy. Like, we were kids. Why would you marry us? You were crazy.
Because you told me...
that I'm stupid.
You said,
like, okay.
You said. I'm like, are you sure you guys want to do this? You guys are pretty young. No, we really do. We've been dating for such a long time.
We dated for 6 years.
You talked me down. I tried to give examples, and you were like, I was like,
I don't remember much from our pre-marriage counseling. Actually, not so much.
But you didn't joke around as much back then. You were a lot more. You were not shy, but you were quieter.
Well, I wanted to make you believe that I'm mature, which I realized I wasn't. I just suppressed everything. I was troublesome. Like, no, don't dig it out. Anyway, so since we were really young, I just graduated from university with my bachelor's. So I remember we were on the budget as well because we're just students who don't have money. So we got a dress, we got a location. We had to be really far away because we didn't know that you should be like hunting for location stuff much longer in advance than 4 months. Yeah. So now when I meet people, I tell them, you should get a location now. Yeah.
But you guys were like really, you were like, because I remember talking to you on this, and I was saying, oh man, have you figured it out? No, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Jonas always like that. But the bad thing is, on our wedding day, he was awake all night to print those programs for the church and for the party. He was awake all night. We were both so stressed. He got pink eye. I got some weird cough because I had an infection. So we were so stressed out.
Wow.
He rented his suit. I had my wedding dress that I bought. We got the rings in Germany from a company called Christ. It's not a Christian one, but it's Christ in Germany. But I don't know where the origins are. Anyway,
it seems like a good name. It's really popular.
Spoiler: Jonas lost his ring. Although I told him, don't put it there because you can lose it, and he's like, "No, I won't." What?
No.
Why wouldn't you listen to your wife? Because she's smart and you not?
No, because she's your wife. That's why you don't listen to her.
Yeah, apparently I should have told someone else to tell.
Yeah.
Well, that happened as a spoiler after. But on our wedding day, we were already happy. And I remember I had like a breakdown. There are pictures of it when I cried because I saw all my classmates and it was so emotional to graduate. And we spent 3 years together every day studying.
I thought that you were crying because you were so in love.
No, I cried when I saw my classmates because it was so emotional for me to see them again. And then they would come to my wedding and, so nice.
There's a lot of people that came.
Yeah. Yeah, we were around 70 people. And the thing is, the day before we were there, decorating, putting all the stuff in order. I was doing all the flowers. I was doing that. I did my own bouquet.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did my own bouquet and also the
I was your
Jonas.
priest, and there's so many things I didn't know.
Anything.
I know. I'm like, everything's so fixed and organized. Wow, it's so nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we got a lot of help too because people helped us to transport stuff and transport people and so on. And it was fun. We had a wedding party and
the party was nice.
And the wedding ceremony was in Danmarkskyrkan, and we thought it was fun because we can say we got married in Denmark. But that's how immature we were.
Really? I don't remember that. I just remember you telling me, it's in Danmarkskyrkan. Okay, Danmarkskyrkan. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people got married in Danmarkskyrkan.
Yeah.
So
Patrick and Yasmin and
seems to be popular.
Well, it's a beautiful church, and it's really nice for weddings.
Yeah,
because you can see, and everyone can see.
It's a medium size too. Yeah, it's not like too big, so you feel like you don't have enough guests.
No,
exactly. It's not too small, so everyone feels crowded.
And it has good acoustics also, so music sounds really good there. So,
So no, mine was not a hippie wedding.
No, I know. It was very traditional. It was like
obviously, it's like okay, we watch these movies. I guess we gotta do it that way.
Yeah, but I thought you looked really beautiful on your wedding, both.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say that again. But don't get used to it. No. And Eunice, he looked really like, happy. Wow. Yeah, I mean, he was like
on
really.
The pictures, he's like smiling.
I know, he was.
I even have a picture with Laurie smiling.
Wow.
He's like happy smiling.
Make him sign that because that'll be worth money. So, but I think, Laurie, we love you. You know?
Laurie's our producer.
So we have to tease him every now and then. So, but, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but he looks so stately. I've never seen Eunice dressed up like that since the wedding. No. So, but I'm like, wow, this guy looks really good, you know.
That's why I married him.
And then I know, eye candy. You're like, okay, that's all I want you for. Keep working out. The better not get fat. I leave you. And then. Yeah, and I think that the ceremony went well. There was like no hiccups or anything like that. So
No, I mean, my mom and my dad read the Bible verses in Vietnamese, and Jonas' mom and dad read them, I think, in English.
Yeah.
And Jonas' aunt from
cute.
Canada came also. So
it was nice. It was fun. We did it in English. So that was one of the... But that's kind of weird because a lot of cross-culture weddings are all done in English. It's really funny.
How is it weird? I mean, that's our
well, church services in English too.
State language kind of here. Like, what do you expect? You don't speak Chinese, so
I can learn.
But for Berlin and Anna's wedding, we have to get an interpreter, I think.
I'm trying to learn. I practice every day.
No, I don't think the risk of it getting wrong is too big.
I'll be saying and so, will you take your fat pig to be your lawfully wedded husband or wife?
Like, no.
And it was like, what did he just say? No.
We need a real interpreter.
Yeah.
Now, I have some friends. I can ask them if they want to.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about the lady at Asian Leaves because she speaks both Swedish and Chinese.
I have a friend. She is Chinese and she has a Swedish husband who comes from the same village as Jonas.
I was going to say
he also speaks Chinese, so I think she's pretty good.
Okay.
She could translate.
Wow.
I can ask her if she has time. So
yeah, we have to find. Well, but they haven't decided. Okay, I can't tell their private information.
No,
but there's a lot of things they haven't decided yet that they need to.
It's not only about the ceremony. There are a lot of things about their party they haven't decided yet, which we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah,
with Timmy. And Timmy, he's a control freak, so that'll be fun.
Oh my gosh!
But I mean. Yeah. With your wedding, did you have anyone who helped you plan, or you guys had your own?
No, because back then I was just a chef. So I always made food for weddings.
Yeah.
But I never actually went to any wedding ceremonies.
No.
So just a few like my friends and stuff like that. Everything was catered all the time. And Annette she didn't want to have a gigantic wedding. That was one of her demands also. She wanted to have it wanted to be really close, really personal. I was like, I'm like, haha. That's a whole lot. I should have known.
Right there.
I'm like, well, I know like thousands of people.
She's like, no.
She's like, no. She's like, I don't really know those people. I'm like, but it would be kind of cool to invite like everyone I know. She's like, no, Edward, we can't.
We
didn't have. We also had a tight budget and everything. Yeah. So that even though I was working as an executive chef, I was the only one working.
Yeah.
So a lot of money went just within the family and to pay the bills and everything. And because we got married a year and a half after we first met each other, then we didn't have a lot of time saving. So if we had gotten married, like if we had waited and got married like 4 years later, then we could have had like a big gigantic wedding and had money saved up and everything. But
did you propose to her? No, Swedish way. Just decide. Okay.
Yeah, it was Swedish. We were
because people ask me like, how long were you engaged? I was never engaged. You're like, what? Like, we just decided. Yeah, we're going to get married. Okay.
Yeah. So Annette was in Sweden, and so we talked about this over the weekend, this last weekend, that how like I still have all the letters that she sent me. So every now and then I read them because they were really cute. She's like, and she would call me like her, what did she call me? It was like teddy bear or a honey bear or something like that. It was something really weird. And then she wrote me and she's like, oh, I really miss you and I really love you and I can't wait to come back to the States and stuff like that.
Wow.
And then Annette tells the story. She's like, I'm like, yeah, she sent me like 2 pages. I really wanted more. She's like, and so then Paulina says, so how many pages did Dad send you? She's like, a lot. She's like, he always talks more than I do. She's like, so everyone's like joking, like, all you have to do is get to the end. I love you. Now you know the whole content. It's like, that's not funny. I spent a long time writing those letters. But I would write her like pages, like 5 or 6 pages.
Obviously.
And I would tell her about
you were more affectionate than she was. Yes. She should have known.
Well, I would talk more than she does. But I would write to her and we would write to each other and talk about it. And then I tried to call her in Sweden a couple of times. And
that's expensive back then.
Yeah, back then it was like, woo, like, oh, that's a whole month's salary. No. And then, and so then when she came back, she came out and then because I wanted to make sure that I still felt the same way about her, because it had been a half a year, we hadn't seen each other, we just had contact over the.
So you got married after 1.5 years, and half of 1 year you didn't even spend with each other.
No, it was a half. Okay, it was from November. I didn't see her from November until April, so that's not exactly half a year.
Almost. It's 5 months instead of 6. Okay.
And then when she came out, and I saw her, and I was like, oh, I don't know. It was just something about when I saw her, I was just like, my heart beat, and
you're like, it's her.
Yeah, like I had that feeling. I felt like, oh, I really do love her. She's just so wonderful. Blah blah blah. She's so cute, and she's so nice. She's so cute and nice. She's so nice and cute.
That's your only requirement of a woman.
Back
She's
then,
really nice and cute.
Well, back then I didn't have my whole system of relationships. I didn't have anything. I didn't even study about it until after I got married.
You're like, how to fix this?
I was like, what did I do wrong? No.
It's like, is there a manual to this?
And so then we, so she came out. She lived with me. Because she didn't have any place to stay. And first she went back to LA, then she came back out to Colorado. And then I said, okay, well, so what do you want to do? She's like, well, you know, she goes, I've had a lot of time to think, and I really still love you a lot and everything. And I said, well, I said, so, I mean, you know, I have kids already. She said, yeah, I know. She was like, if we get married, you're going to be a mom right away and stuff. She was like, but it's okay. I like the boys. And the boys, like, they really liked Annette. Like, mama. Instantly. I don't know why. Did
they call her mama?
No, not in the beginning. No, they took a couple of years. But they've always, like, I don't know why. They just always, like, as soon as they met her, they just thought she was really nice. And they would all fight over who was going to sit next to her. And it was really... Like, no one wanted to fight about sitting next to me. Like, all the kids would try to sit next to her all the time. It's like, okay, wow. You know, they
make me feel so special.
They climb in the bed. They just, I want to cuddle around mom. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm here too. I'm the fun one. She doesn't play with you. I play with you. So, and then, and because by that time I had found out a lot of things about it. So she didn't like surprises. And she didn't like back then, I remember giving her a bunch of flowers once. I wanted to show her how much I love her. So I gave these flowers, and I got really mad at her because she's like, that's a waste of money. It's so stupid.
That's Jonas.
And I was like, you have no heart. You have no passion. You know, because everything's a big drama for me. So I slow the flowers down and run out of the room.
Really?
Like,
wow,
over.
dude.
It was in line at the post office too. So I was like,
so like a big C.
So I was like,
public.
I just walked out like, So, and then, so I knew that like trying to surprise her wasn't, that's not what she wanted. So we sat down and I said, okay, I really love you, and I really would like to spend the rest of my life with you, and I really would like to get married to you, and I'm hoping that you'll say yes. And she says, of course I want to get married to you.
Oh.
and that was it. That's
how you got engaged.
Yeah. So, you know, and then we tried to get married. So we tried to get married in June. She came on in April. We tried to get married in June at a Navajo reservation. We're really into the Indian thing back then.
Yeah.
But the hotel chain that I worked for, because as an employee you got to use a free room only if it was available. Uh-huh. And a couple of weeks before we were going to get ready to leave, they said, the whole hotel is booked. You can't go.
Oh.
So we're like, okay. So we said, okay, well, we'll get married here in town then. We'll do it just later then, so that we didn't have to work with that. So that's why we got married in November instead of June. So.
Well, from summer to winter.
Yeah. And it was like no big deal that we were getting married outside. I think a lot of people would have been stressed out in the middle of a snowstorm walking out. But it was fun. It snowed all week except for the day we got married. Mm. The sun came out. It was beautiful. All the snow was all around and everything. They had just cleared a path to the cliff. We got married on a cliff over a frozen lake. So they had cleared the snow out so we could walk to the edge of the cliff and get married.
Now I know. Now I understand when you say that you are hippie. I'm like, okay, I get how deep it goes.
No, very deep. I mean, back then I used to talk like I was saying, "Hey man, like things are like so groovy, dude. You know, like." You know, I have this chick, you know, and she's like so awesome, and she's like tubular, dude, you know.
Oh wow!
And
Can you imagine you talking like that?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it was. I mean, I think like almost every day I went out skiing.
Yeah.
Either snowboarding or skiing. So I was like, you know,
you were living your life.
I was living. That was the life. Actually, that was like I want to go back. Like, oh, it was so much.
Well, you can start with wearing the purple polo.
Maybe I have it on Sunday just so you can have something to laugh at, bring you joy.
It's good for the baby.
I don't even know I don't know if I can get over my fat stomach now. I mean, back then,
it's good. It can be like a.
It's like
mark
it's like a half.
It's like the belly you have to show. I mean, from the 90s, you have to show your belly button.
Oh my gosh!
Otherwise, it's not the 90s.
Annette made me go through all my T-shirts recently. She said, "Okay, Ed, that T-shirt is too small. What? It's a medium." Like I have 3 extra now. She's like, it's a medium. I'm like, I can get that shirt on. She's like, no, you can't. Sure, I can. It covers right there here. She's like, Ed, your stomach's hanging out of the shirt. You can't embarrass me that way. She says, just take it off. I'll take care of it. She threw it away.
Yeah, obviously, she takes care of it.
Sure. I'm like, what kind of love is that? Huh? So yeah, so that was. So we both had really relaxed weddings.
I don't know how relaxed it was when both yours and me had an infection right before because it was stressed out.
But you guys had like buffet on the wedding day. Things
on the wedding day, I was pretty chill because then I felt like things are happening. So it's like that. There's no point in getting upset or whatever.
And you guys did your vows really well and everything.
Just say yes.
There was like, because I thought Eunice was going to cry, but he didn't.
Oh. The only time Jonas cried was when Nomi was born.
Really? He didn't even cry when Ty was born?
No.
Really?
He was like, been there, done that.
Already shed my tear.
No, that's how I interpreted it.
Aha, okay. Well, good. Yes. But it was a good day. Marrying you guys was actually one of the things I actually look back at my long life and say, that was a good thing. Thank you, God.
That was a good day.
You guys are still married. I'm like, oh, great. But I mean, it's a lot of you guys. I mean, it's you and Jonas, it's Isak and Sulen, it's Barrett and Matthias, it's Thomas and Francesca.
Yeah.
It's, let's see, Patrick and Yasmin. It's
Anahita and Prince.
Even though they're not married anymore, but still. There were actually a few more people too. So
yeah,
that was part of our cross culture family. So a lot of people come to cross culture and end up finding their partner. But
Anna Karin and
Bulin, Hinok and Lani. They met also through cross culture. So we're still the Christian meat market for Uppsala. Makes me feel good. Our original ministry is still here. And
you're praying for fertility.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
It's amazing. You should put on a website. Because Ed, you guys, if you have fertility problems, somehow, I mean, God might not answer his other prayers for whatever reason, but fertility prayers, dude, he's unstoppable.
It is funny though. It is. I mean, we've had several people who have had trouble
fertility issues, yeah.
And we prayed, and now they're having babies and
in their late 40s and stuff. And I'm like, whoop.
So it's actually pretty cool.
Yep.
Something to always be thankful to God for. Wow. Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, how much multiply? I told you, after 3, the shop's closing.
It's not closing.
It's closing.
I told you, Lynn, you can have 4.
No, I don't want to have 4.
I know you don't, but you're going to have 4.
No. Okay. It's not from God. What you're saying is from the devil.
No, it's not. Hear the word of the Lord.
No.
How dare you?
The magic number is 3.
Oh, we'll see.
The Father, the Son, and the Spirit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I wonder who's who in my kids' corner. Which one is... Itai could be the son, obviously.
Oh.
And then Nomi is maybe... The Spirit.
She's the father.
Oh, she's the father.
She's the one bossing everybody else around.
To be the Spirit.
Exactly.
Wow.
Numi, she's a natural born leader.
She helps you tie down the stairs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she's so cute. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Why can't you be my daughter? Because then I can have grandkids.
Well, no, you screwed up with your keys.
I'd be a good grandfather.
Yeah, that's true. You messed them up.
Be like, all my kids, I'm like, Bring your kids.
But
to the
you
house.
already get to see my kids more often than many other grandparents do.
That's
because
true.
you see my kids at least once a week.
Yeah.
For church.
Yeah.
And many other grandparents might not.
No. That's true.
You see my kids more often than they see their far poor.
Woohoo!
Think about that.
Maybe because God wants me to have a big influence in their life.
Okay.
So it'd be kind of cool. If only you would just let me baptize them, it would make the circle complete.
Well, you talk to Naomi. She maybe lets you baptize her.
I want to baptize all 3 of them at the same time.
It's like, I need to set.
Even if they don't say yes, let's get them in the water.
You need to set all 3. Otherwise, it's not working.
Well, we should talk about that. We should talk about we should do an episode on baptism one day.
Okay.
Because Nomi's getting to the age now where she can make her own decision.
She's 5.
She can make a decision. Trust me.
What age did you get baptized?
I was 6.
6, okay. I was 19.
Yeah, see. You don't want to wait that late.
Okay. Sorry.
But if because when I was 6 I had immersion. So
yeah, I also had immersion when I was 19.
So
anyway, let those people go.
Okay, or should we let them go? Wow, wow. What'd you talk so long for?
Dude, we were talking about weddings.
Okay, well, it's okay, great. All right, so if you have any wedding stories that you would like to share with us or want us to make comments on or just bring it up in our podcast, why don't you write to us and let us know? We'd like to hear about your wedding stories. Yes, please send pictures, especially if there's like weird stuff going on.
I mean, no one can trump its purple polo wedding, so
and my hair wrap.
Don't be embarrassed.
yeah. You can never be as bad as we were. I mean, we were crazy. So that's what happens when you're young. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks, Lynn, for sharing story, and thanks for letting me.
Thank you for sharing your crazy story.
Thank you for letting me marry you and Eunice. I feel really honored.
In lack of finding another priest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was free, so.
No, we wanted you to marry us.
Oh, thank you. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, I feel so honored. I'm gonna cry.
Do cry.
I'm not gonna cry now. I'm like Eunice. I'm a man. I don't cry.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. If you have any comments or ideas, please send us a message to fikaforlife@mail.com. Fika, F-I-K-A. This was the Fika for Life podcast with Linh and Edward Thomas, and we hope to hear you again.